Yeah, it's this this reticulated compote there, that dish there. There you go. Oh, great. Thank you. Excellent. You know, I like coming to these antique malls because you never know what you're going to find. The last time I was in here, I found a couple of old Paris pieces. They weren't marked that, and I collect old Paris porcelain. And down here is a bowl, a good sized bowl you could put fruit in and so forth. I just want to check and see if it's still here. I think it was in this booth here. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. He's got it marked as an ironstone bowl, and this is a Paris porcelain bowl. It's not ironstone, it's not English ironstone. And one of the ways that you can tell is that there's no mark on the bottom. A lot of this Paris porcelain, it was made from about 1770 to about 1870. This is a very simple bowl, but I love these hand-painted flowers. This is before the idea of transferware, where you would transfer an image onto the porcelain. And you can just see you've got morning glories and roses and violets and all sorts of forget-me-nots here. And on this side you have one single rose bloom, which is really beautiful. Now, a few of the qualities that I look for to identify it as Old Paris, because remember, they often have nothing on the bottom. There might be a number, and you can see there's a slight kind of scratch here in the bottom that looks like a 10, which might have something to do with inventorying or when certain things were actually fired and painted. But you can see the pits. Look at the pits in the porcelain here, which indicates it's very early. And also, it's very uneven. The top of the bowl is very uneven. It wobbles, you see, like this. So if we were dealing with a piece that is pressed or factory made, it would be much more even. So that indicates to me that this is a really early piece. This would be beautiful, filled with flowers, just floating flowers in it. It's rather old-fashioned looking, but I think given its age, you know, and $45, $50 for a bowl like this, I'm going to see if we can't get it for even a little less. There's no harm in asking. So I still want to look around because I think there might be some other places. You just never know. I mean, you just kind of have to look in all these shelves and nooks and crannies, and one will pop up. I noticed this a bit ago. You know, this is gold and white. Anytime I see gold and white, I'm always drawn to it because that's what I collect. And what you have here are these little cups, and you can tell that these aren't quite that old, and they're marked Havelin, France, Limoges. So these are made in the city of Limoges. So you've got sort of a set of 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, there's a broken set here. But in the midst of this is this bowl, and it's marked $45. But look at this again, the pitting in it. You see the pits on the inside, not as much as that other bowl. So this leads me to believe this is not quite as old. This could be 1850, 1860. But if you notice on this later French porcelain, no flaws at all. None whatsoever. So they really had improved their technique, and this is certainly manufactured, but there's a handmade quality to it, which I think is beautiful. So $45, and I noticed here they got a 30% sale. This would be beautiful with a lot of my gold and white I already have sitting on the table with the table set. Be just gorgeous, with just some flowers in it. Something very simple.
Alan, I called the dealer and she said she could do 140 on this piece.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little better than 15%, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let me give it some thought. You know, $140. This reticulated bowl. This is Paris porcelain. Again, look at the bottom of this thing. How pitted it is. There's no mark on it. Just because something doesn't have a mark on it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with it. Often it means it's a very early piece or it was a part of a set or something. And then what you have here, look, you can see the pits in there. And then this is put together with a little bolt, so it's actually 2 parts. And these reticulated bowls were used for fruit because it allowed the air to breathe through it so the fruit wouldn't rot so quickly. And I already have a couple of these, and most of them match, and I don't even care if they match. I like subtle differences in them. It's really cool. I think I'm going to take this. Well, Melvin, I think this is going to do it. Were you able to find out if there was any more flexibility on this price? I know it was marked down to $45.
Well, we can do 30 on it.
Okay, $30 for that. All right, definitely. And this one was 30% off, and then we just talked about this one. That's great. Okay, let's add them up. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, if you're enjoying these segments on style and design, make sure you subscribe to ehowhome. You never know what's going to come up.